Hi, everybody. Welcome. So glad to have you here. I have a special invitation for you today. I am inviting anyone who is interested and called to join me in having a summer of inspiration. This is an invitation for setting an intention for how we want to move into this new season. It's a fun and exciting season. The weather is finally changing here in New England, and we have more activities. We're spending more time outside and with people that we don't normally get to see. And it's a really great time to set a goal for how do I want to move through this. Summer always goes by so fast, and before you know it, it's fall. And I know for me, I really am affected by some of the things I've been seeing or doing myself lately. And I know I'm not alone. I hear people talk about this all the time, and it all kind of leads back to the same place. So I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to continue to talk about it. Every week, I'm going to send out some material, some videos, some helpful information, support, guidance, and of course, inspiration for everybody. So there'll be more details to come as we move through this. For now, I'm wondering how many people like me want to really set the intention for enjoying this summer, remembering this summer, being a part of it, experiencing it. So I made a list and I came up with some things that we could all try to do together. We can support each other. We can start a community and share things and comment. I want to hear other people's ideas. I think that this could really be something where we really move ourselves into a different space, a different mental space. I'll talk a lot about that throughout the coming couple of weeks and months. But here's my proposal. We are going to have a summer of inspiration. And I'm going to look at my list, but there's a few things that I thought of that we can really try to incorporate, or offerings. There's suggestions. It's not required unless it's your choice what you want it to be. But our attachment to our devices is the primary base of where this is coming from, what it all leads back to. And so really looking at how we're engaging in that. And here's the list I came up with ways to maybe steer ourselves in another direction, to shift out of that, to really make some big changes that might be helpful in engaging other parts of our brain and enjoying our time together through the next couple of months. So the first thing that I thought of and came up with was that you can set time. You can allot yourself a certain amount of time, weekly, daily, whatever feels right to you, whatever fits, outside of what you have to do for work, maybe. But for personal time, setting yourself up with, I can only do an hour a day or an hour a week or whatever you want to do. It's a personal decision. Decide what's right for you, but make sure maybe that it's a decrease, that it's a limit on what might already be taking place. The other piece of that is setting actual electronic free time. So meal times, family time, when you're engaging in activities, really making sure that there's a no electronics or no phones rule for certain types of activities, that you're not with your face in the phone and not engaging or interacting with people. Start creating and actually planning new experiences. Put things on the calendar, plan things that you've wanted to do. Do them by yourself if that's something you've always wanted to do and have never done, or invite people to come with you. And then make sure you make that commitment to it, and make sure you're honoring that I put this in the calendar, I planned it, I made a reservation or booked something. Really find a couple of things to do this summer that are fun for you, that are exciting, that are new. And the other big piece is, when we're having these experiences or any experiences in this season, to lose our phones. So one of the things I thought of was to maybe dig out an old camera, dust it off, or even go out and buy a couple disposable cameras. How long has it been since we've used those? And use an actual camera, because so many of us, that's our phone, right, is our camera, and so we want to have that to take pictures, but then we're too tempted and we're too inclined to use it for other things. So think about creative ways you can incorporate Or maybe you've wanted to get into photography and you want like a real camera and you could invest something in that. So figure out what works for you, what makes sense. But keeping those memories and being able to look back on them is great. It's just that the access to our phone has become all too easy. And we have addiction problems here, right? We have some issues with this that we're going to work through and we're going to talk more about. um, some people have gone as far as to actually delete social media apps from their devices for a time period or whatever feels right to them, but they've actually taken it off so that they're not even inclined to do it. I know there are settings you can do where it shuts things down after a certain amount of time. Figure out how to structure this for yourself, what works for your life, but really paying attention to what you're taking in, what you're consuming, and how much you're looking down at a device for a lot of reasons, for physical posture reasons, for our brain activity. All There's so many different things, and we'll talk about it each week and why it's so important and why it's so helpful for our overall well-being. um, really pay attention to what you're following and what you're paying attention to. So if this is our summer of inspiration, then everything that you're taking in could be aligned with that, right? So are you watching and following things that are inspirational to you or not, right? And so you can make those discernments and determine, is this really someone I want to follow? So you can either unfollow groups or people or things that are just perpetuating a lot of the negative or a lot of the hatefulness, or things that just don't feel like they fit for you in your life. Um, or just scroll right past. And we'll talk about what happens if you are spending a little bit of time on social media each day or each week and you're getting triggered by it. We'll talk about that too in the coming weeks, and we'll have new material to kind of understand and go through. But really, making sure you're paying attention to what you're taking in. I mean, this could even be electronic devices as television. What are you watching? How much time are you spending watching shows and not outside with people, with loved ones, or just with nature or with yourself? So a lot of things to think about, but it's an invitation to join me. Summer officially starts in less than 2 weeks, so we could really do some good planning and intention setting together. I'd love to hear other ideas people have. Leave comments, let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to join us, if you're on board. I know there are so many people who need this, and this might just be the support group and the push that will help get us there and really help us learn a better balance, what's healthier, what feels better in our lives. So I hope to hear from you. Let us know what you think, and more to come soon. Thanks.